Hi, my loves. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. Today's reading is a very special reading, and it is about what is your Saturn return helping you transform. I just started my Saturn return, and I think I have a video up kind of about that I posted before it like officially astrologically started. I do feel like I was feeling this energy building up 2 years prior, and then maybe a year prior to like the actual astrological transit. So I had started to like heed the call, and like plant seeds for that. But everybody's gonna be a little bit different. And so if you're new here, if you don't know what a Saturn return is, basically, a Saturn return happens every 27 to 30 years, when Saturn completes a cycle in our birth chart and returns to the place that it's been when we were born. So for anybody in my age group, we are experiencing our first Saturn return. And usually anyone around age 50, 54 or so, I want to say, or like 60, something like that. Maybe like 50, I don't know. But they'll experience another Saturn return, and then 27 to 30 years after that, another Saturn return. I don't think anybody's lived long enough to see a fourth Saturn return, but so on and so forth. So yeah, and this is Saturn energy is like the daddy. So Saturn comes around to help us really move through the things that we need to do the final touches on, or even things that we need to put on the shelf, like from childhood, and like get down to business if we've been neglecting certain things, or really just not being disciplined and holding true to the things that we say that we want. I just saw 222. Saturn comes in as a wake-up call, and a lot of people, I feel like, really misconstrue this energy as like being so hard. But truthfully, I mean, I think what's hard about it, especially for like if you're a fire sign, or you're not very patient in general, Saturn can slow things down. If you're used to like go, Saturn is like consistent, solid, sustainable, reliable, long-lasting results, solid foundations, building solid foundations, and maybe seeing results, but maybe not as quickly as we had hoped. But I think if that's really what's playing out for you, it's because there's certain things that need to be integrated during this time that Saturn's like, hold on, wait, like, you need to look at this and integrate this, because I think sometimes, we deserve whatever it is that is our life's ambition and the things that we want to manifest, absolutely. But sometimes we are well-meaning, but we may not have the tools, the skills, the finances to bring certain things in yet. And if we brought them in too quickly, the process of having them, receiving them would be much harder, or we would self-sabotage. So Saturn comes in to lend a helping hand, but also to give us a wake-up call in terms of, get your shit together, kid. Like, no more f***ing around. It's time to be an adult. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be an unenjoyable thing. It doesn't have to be a horrible, terrible, dramatic thing. I think, I don't know. It depends on your transits. It depends. It just depends on a lot of things. On your karmas, on your karmic debts, on your things that you still haven't addressed. Like I said, your transits. Yeah. So I think that's all I got for you. But timestamps are going to be down below in the description so you can pick your piles. This will be a timeless reading, so even if you're not going through your Saturn return and you would like to pick a pile, it will likely, I'm hoping, resonate for you regardless. Or even if you've already had your Saturn return, this might resonate with what you felt you went through during your Saturn return, or maybe if you're going to experience another one in the next few years, might be what that one's about. Could also just like resonate with you, you know? So I definitely don't want anyone feeling like they have to write it off completely, but like always, take what resonates, leave the rest. But yeah, so I love you guys and thanks for your support. Don't forget to subscribe, and without further ado, welcome to your Saturn return. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to a very special episode of Third Eye Exchange. Today we have 4 piles, and this pick a card is going to be about how can you expect to transform during your Saturn return. Pile 1, we have the Caribbean Calcite, and pile 2, we have Moonstone, and I believe this is a Peach Moonstone. Pile 3, we have Rose Quartz. And pile 4, we have Sphalerite. So sit, pause the video, meditate, and pick whichever pile you're drawn to. If you feel called to more than one, that's okay too. And your timestamps will be down below in the description, so you can go straight to your pile if you would like. And I'll see you in your pile. Love you. Bye. Hi, pile 1. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. This is your reading on what is your Saturn return. How is your Saturn return helping you transform? So without further ado, let's get into it. I have also, so for the Oracle cards, I have pre-shuffled and selected, not cherry-picked. I don't really know what's under these. I briefly saw a couple that came out, but I don't remember which was which, so they were not chosen though. So just know that. And we're gonna get into tarot first. So Spirit, how is pile 1 Saturn return helping them transform? Also, I did want to apologize in advance. I like the bird's eye view of the cards, but I have to get a new, what's it called? What do you call them? You guys might have had, like, trouble keeping, like, your thoughts together lately. Oh my gosh, like a mount, basically. A tripod, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so far we have 6 of Cups reversed, the Lovers, Page of Pentacles, sorry. The Moon. The Lovers is reversed, by the way. Ace of Swords reversed. Duality. This is a card that's like specific to this deck. Temperance reversed. Temperance can kind of be in the middle though for this one, I feel. And last but not least, 3 of Wands. I feel like it needs to go that way. Okay. And at the back of the deck, we have the High Priestess, which is so funny. You might be experiencing like spiritual upgrades right now. That could be why it's so hard for you to like keep your thoughts together. Maybe you're even feeling a little bit ungrounded. I don't feel like it's coming through as like anxiety right now. It's just more like maybe all over the place. Maybe a little unsettled, maybe just like a lot to do, or like like you can't keep your thoughts together. Maybe overwhelmed, but like not, like I said, it's not manifesting here as like anxiety. Let me see. I'm really surprised that we didn't have a pentacle card as the last card. And the reason why is because I feel like a lot of what's coming up for you is going to be around like the next step of your career, or just like money in general, resources. I definitely feel like for some of you with this pile, I won't, because this initially just like flew into my mind, like for some of you, this is going to be a time where like you're being called to be more disciplined, to trust yourself, because you're not going to have the help maybe that you once did, whether it's like, and sorry in advance for some of these things that I'm about to say, if this is the truth for you, you know, you may end up losing a strong like financial support system, or just like really something that was like a pillar of stability for you. So this is all about kind of like overall, no matter who you are, this is about weeding out and letting go, and really the radical acceptance of being able to let go of like whatever you know is just not pouring into you the same way that you've been pouring into it, them, he, she, whatever, you know. I do feel like there's also been some sense of like illusion keeping you stuck, almost feeling like, oh, maybe you don't feel capable of these things. Maybe like I said, like with the Ace of Swords reverse, I feel like this further reiterates the feeling of like not feeling like you have a grasp on like your mental, like I said, like almost feeling cloudy, because when I first got to the moon card, I heard, I forget the first word. See, like it's happening like that, but illusions, like hidden things, illusions. There's like a lot of Pisces. I'm not gonna lie, this is like very Piscean energy right now. I don't think that the current transits are helping. If you're watching this when I'm posting it, it'll be timeless, but if you're watching this when I'm posting it, it's like it's retrograde. You see, it's Mercury retrograde. And I think it was like in Virgo, or I don't know, guys. There's just a lot of shit going down. There's a lot of shit going down. So, hang on. Yeah. And with duality in the reverse, it's almost like I almost feel like you up until this point, maybe you've had a hard time realizing anything that has just like continuously seemed to be a pattern in the external. It's because it's something that's been unaddressed in the internal for you. And truthfully, I feel like a lot of this could be due to, yeah, like I said, listen, Pisces, definitely, this is spirit challenging me. So, the light aspect of Pisces is they can be very creative and charismatic, and they understand people very well. They are humanitarian even. I even want to say a lot of people don't even realize, because I feel like, and I love you, Pisces, but if you are a Pisces, this is just Pisces energy. You don't have to be a Pisces for this to apply to you. But I just want to put this out there because I might ruffle some feathers in a second. But the dark side of Piscean energy, and I feel like this is what we hear about most often, is delusion, getting caught up in using substances to escape. That's it, escapism. Maybe like partying too much, or even struggling with sobriety. And that's okay. That's okay. You know, we're human. We are all going through an experience, and it's always for a reason. It's always for a reason. And it doesn't mean that, you know, the bad things that have happened to us in our lives that we deserve that. It doesn't mean that. But like I said, the internal world always reflects in the external world. And if we don't deal with the root, if we don't nurture the roots of things or get to the roots of things, we're not going to be able to transform the situation. For some of you, you may be kind of already having had this conversation with yourself. And really getting clear on like, okay, like things need to change if I want to move forward and like manifest a better life for myself, manifest better outcomes, better situations, better people even. But you know what, a lot of this, and I feel for you, because I think a lot of this really has stemmed from like in early childhood. And a lot of this, often I notice when we deal with like karma like this with our families in the beginning, it's because we've carried it from our past lives. I mean, really, karma is just something that we often carry from our past lives. Not always, but and I feel like, honestly, like you were never given the love you deserved from early on, because maybe you were brought up by people that didn't even love themselves. So, and it's not an excuse, like you didn't deserve this, but like these people really didn't know what love was. They didn't have it for themselves, and they definitely were not able to show it to you. And it's not anything that you did. And maybe there's even been times where you've like struggled with that and felt like, you know, you really internalized the poor treatment that you received from these people. Or like the negligence even. And I do feel like this is carried over into your dating life. Maybe this is carried over into like you not taking advantage of opportunities that have been presented to you because of not feeling worthy enough, not feeling like, or just honestly being enmeshed in like a lifestyle where, to be honest, like I think your addictions or your preconceived ideas of who you were based on your trauma essentially really shaped who you were and your concept of yourself. I do feel like you are in a deep state of reflection. I do feel like on this journey, you might even be here or getting close to this, like, you know, change is on the horizon. And I also feel like, you know, it's important for you to sit down and really see like where you want to go from here, but also like at least giving yourself like the props for how far you have come. And even if you feel like your life is a mess and that you're not where you want to be, that's okay. But it's also like, I guarantee at some point, if you look back far enough, you're doing better than you were. I want to say 6 years ago. I don't know why that was like very specific, but 6 years ago for somebody. 10th house, the world. This is making me feel like travel might be very good for you right now. Hang on. Psychic conversations. I do want to also say this. Sometimes I've noticed some people that tend to be very psychically open, aside from like trauma they may have faced, like a lot of the time, like they're like clairsentient or empaths and or like clairaudient, and maybe they'll like, there's like this feeling of like never being able to get a sense of peace. And a lot of the time, like people that struggle with addictions, like they'll fall into that, I think, to like quiet the noise. And remember, addictions don't just have to be drugs. It could be like mindsets, poor habits, self-sabotage, like weird addictions, you know, like it could be like random stuff, like it could really anything. Capricorn, achieve. We have the Bardo. I am going to read the booklet for this only because these cards are beautiful and I did feel very called to use them, but they are very intricate and some of them I don't feel are really related to tarot, so I need the booklet sometimes. Psilocybin, commune. I almost feel like, I don't know if it's like you're going to find like a better community or you're going to connect with people that have kind of faced similar struggles to you and like have made it through the other side. I think it would be really good for you maybe even to look up like interviews of like celebrities or podcasts of people that may have had like a rough past that maybe you know about, or honestly I feel like spirit might start putting those types of things on social media in front of you so you can watch them, now that this is being brought into your awareness. But I do feel like, yeah, like this is like, there's a lot of green here, there's a lot of yellow, that's like the heart chakra, there's a lot of blue, the throat chakra, green, blues, purples, a lot of green and yellow though, which is like our heart and our solar plexus. And I do feel like you really lead and lead through your heart, but it is strongly connected. I mean, besides the point that they're both right next to each other, I do feel like your confidence really comes from whether or not your heart feels like it's in a good place, or, you know, like when things happen in your relationships, like it tends to affect your confidence. And so I think there's going to be a lot of healing around both of those things during your Saturn return. Maybe even some travel, like maybe you'll go on a retreat, or like there's going to be some travel and like you're going to learn more about yourself. Maybe even like start to like notice these spiritual gifts that maybe you were once, I think, afraid. I think maybe felt like you couldn't connect to, like you felt like afraid of. Remember when I said like quiet the noise? And it's so funny because I feel like in the beginning of my life, I kind of partied a lot to like bury things and just like get through the day and make sure I was doing something fun to like forget about working all day and busting my ass, you know? And thankfully I didn't do like hard drugs or anything in my life or anything like that, but I definitely had a period of time in my life where I think I was much younger. I was abusing alcohol, probably honestly even abusing marijuana. Hopefully, I hope I don't get like, they don't say anything, but yeah, there were like times when so sorry. That was going on for me. This is a long time ago now, but I've definitely, as I've really worked through a lot of things, I feel like my relationship to moderation in general is in a better place. And also I feel like along my journey, like once I felt like I was in, I feel like almost like maybe you just feel like you need a hug. Guys, this hug is for you that I'm giving myself. I hope you can feel it. Yeah, sometimes you just need a hug and that's okay. It's gonna be alright. But yeah, if you've been thinking about traveling, I think that'd be really good for you. Or if an opportunity presents itself out of the blue, or if it has recently and you've been on the fence about it, I think it would be really good. Really, really good. And I do think maybe some kind of business will happen in the future for you. But Capricorn energy, I think of business. I think of really building something solid. So it could even be like creating like massive stability for yourself on every level. But I am going to look up this card because I am unfamiliar and we can learn some stuff today. Here we go. The Bardo, the liminal, the in-between, the transition. It is said that the Bardo is placed between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Ooh, and you guys might be mediums. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. Oh, okay, hang on. We'll get there. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to a higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. When light, spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, truth. When dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, transience go deeper. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, Lament of the Dead by James Hillman and Sonyu Shamdasani. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. I think maybe doing a meditation would be really good for you right now. If you haven't heard of it, also like I think you're in a place of like being ready to like manifest, like I said, better things for yourself. Becoming Supernatural by Joe Dispenza. He is I believe a neuroscientist. Or he studies that anyway. And he basically teaches you how through meditation we can use that to kind of tap into our like epigenetics, which is epigenetics is basically like the study of how cells express themselves in different environments and how like being in different environments might express positive versus negative like traits in us that we've inherited through like our family line, and that includes traumas. So some of this might not even be yours, but I do feel like a very spiritual chapter is coming for you. You might be in a spiritual year 7. or not a spiritual year, a personal year 7 very soon. You might be seeing 777 a lot. I do feel like you are on the precipice, though, of like just massive change, and it's going to be a process. This is not going to happen overnight. But I do feel like I think you're about to become somebody that like truly you're proud of, and also like feel fulfilled by, because I said, like I feel like you've been, honestly, I feel like you've been settling for crumbs because you didn't know any different. You didn't know any different. But you deserve better than that, and I'm here to tell you that. But on the same coin, you have to do the work too. And if you do, trust that Spirit is going to send you a lot of beautiful things along the way, so that way to ease the burden. But you deserve the love that you've always wanted, and maybe the love that you've even given out to other people and haven't received in return. So, wow. Okay, pile 1. What a way to start off. Hope you enjoyed. Please comment down below, drop me a like, and if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Happy Saturn return. Remember, this is not something to be afraid of. Work with this energy for best results. I love you, and thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading on how is your Saturn return helping you transform. Let us get right into it. Pile 1 was very interesting. I am quite intrigued to see what's going to come up for you guys. Spirit, tap me into pile 2. How is their Saturn return helping them transform? Oh. Okay, so we have the Lovers, the Tower. I almost feel like the Wheel of Fortune is kind of, we'll see what happens. Page of Wands. Well, I'm hearing that song, You're Beautiful, You're Beautiful, it's true. And that's on your face. Oh shit, I don't want to get like copyrighted. So yeah, I don't know who that song is by, but that one is like, bro, everybody knows that song. Okay, Spirit. 4 more cards, bruh. Okay, this, and I'm supposed to do this like this. How interesting. You have the Fool at the back of the deck, but it is reversed. We'll see. We'll see what we got going on, dudes. Okay, so we have the Lovers, we have the Tower reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands reversed, 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups. This can go this way. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. Woohoo. Okay. As we know, Spirit likes to give me love readings because I love doing them low key, but I have a hard time admitting it. So maybe in this new relationship, because this feels like you're going to experience a relationship, a romantic one. There's a lot of cup cards here. And the Lover starts us off. I feel like you've been on a journey already in your life. Really learning how to be self-sufficient, really learning that you can rely on yourself in order to bring, because I feel like one of the things that you've wanted, and this is kind of, you know, something that I think a lot of us want, but something that's really destined for you is like a long-term romantic partnership, like maybe like even like a divine counterpart, twin flame kind of situation. Cringe. But like, seriously. And I feel like maybe you've even like recently met this person, or you're about to very soon. I heard this summer, if you're watching this when I'm posting it, but it'll be timeless, this summer. So it could be that you're gonna meet this person this summer. You may not even know that you've met them though when you first meet them. Like you might, like it might not, like you might not think too much about it. Like it would probably just be like, oh, okay, whatever. But this person is gonna worship you, and like they're gonna want to be all in. And like I know in the past, like you just, I almost feel like you were like busy tending to other things, because I think spirit had put you in the position of just like, I think you knew early on they had a big influence over this part of your life. That I feel is undeniable, and you are always protected in this way. You always have been. When I first started turning the cards over, I was very drawn to this eye right here. And I take that as like your spirit, your angels. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Nephilim, but kind of gives me that vibe of like the eyes watching over you. Or like Great Gatsby might be significant. Maybe you guys will watch that together, or maybe that'll be like one of their favorite movies or books, or your favorite movie or book. Because there's, I forget the name, but that billboard with the eyes, and it was like an allegory to God, or an homage, I want to say. I don't know if allegory is the right word, but it was like an homage to like God. And one of like the main themes in that book is that like God sees all. Weirdly enough, if you dive deep enough though. Okay. What else we got here? I just feel like keep having hope. Like I also feel like things are going, I want to say, rather good for you right now. So maybe this person has an accent, or they're from another country. I also feel like you're not, like you have to use your discernment, because you will know who this person is. But I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's going to click right away. I don't think it's going to click right away. Or maybe you had I feel like almost you probably had a very, like I said, stagnant love life for a long time. Could be years, could be months, but I feel like maybe just a long time. Like maybe even most of your life. And when this is presented to you, I feel like you're almost going to be very reluctant, very like, oh, I don't know. And I almost feel like spirit, one of the things you're learning is, I think vulnerability. I don't think, like, obviously all healthy relationships take work to a degree, but I also think like there's going to be such a high compatibility between you guys that like, I just feel like you're, like, once you open that door or let down those walls, oh, I'm clearing something, or let down those walls, I feel like you guys are gonna be something really special. But yeah, one of the things I think you're learning is to, like I said, like really like be vulnerable to love, and like blossom. I just heard blossom in that way. and like feel safe too. I feel like you've done a lot of work already though. Like a lot of heart healing has been done. I'm so proud of you guys. It's a very short message for this one. We have fire element, desire. Maybe even working through like feelings of shame around sexual desire or intimacy. Could be, doesn't have to be sexual, but it could be. We have the threshold. So this is like expansion. Maybe you're going, like I said, I feel like this person is from another country to you. They might live in the same one you do now, or maybe you'll end up traveling and meeting them, or yeah, but I do feel it. Okay, we have two 55s. So if you've been seeing 55, 55, I'm telling you right now, and you know who you are, that number specifically always points to like huge changes in your romantic life. Huge change. Like every time I see that number, I'm like, all right, where's he at? You know, so definitely. And like I said before, like you've been really like guided by the divine and protected. Like a lot of things may not have gotten off the ground or worked out for you in the past in your romantic relationships. Hang on, I gotta take a breath. And you know, the reason was never like punishment. It was never like to spite you. It was just protection, because spirit knows you've done too much work and you've come too far and you don't deserve that. And also, like, it's alluding me to this other thing, like, stop dating losers. Stop dating losers. And I don't feel like you even have that problem now. Like, I think you've outgrown this, but I think in the past, your old roster full of losers. Like, in the nicest way, though. Like, everybody's good for somebody, but you need somebody on your level. You need somebody on your level. And a lot of these people have not been forged in fire the way that you have. So you deserve somebody that can carry that and hold space for you and support you, and also are really something exceptional themselves. I'm gonna read this. It's the Venom card. I definitely need to study these cards more. I'm doing my best, guys. And honestly, that's all we ever ask of you. Yeah, the venom, the poison, the curse, the toxin. I'm really... Give me a second before we get into that. I didn't even... You might be seeing ducks or geese as a sign to this, weirdly enough. I think in the beginning, there's going to be a lot of processing. And that's okay. That's okay. Hang on. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. I do feel like some, like I said, reflection, shadow work. Let's see. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. I almost feel like I'm going a mile a minute. Like I feel like maybe when you meet this person, like you guys are, like I said, like you're just gonna get on so easily. Like you're gonna, like you guys are gonna talk. Like you guys are gonna like talk about anything and everything. Like they're gonna be your best friend, and like you guys are just gonna talk. Like you're gonna like you're gonna feel like you're catching up. Like maybe this person is someone you knew from many past lives and spent many past lives with, and it's gonna feel like, wow, like we're catching up. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's see. And the archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the Venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that might be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. When light. Self-realization through suffering. When dark. Unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. Go deeper. A Poison Tree by William Blake. When you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind this goes for our earth as well, with cosmic consequences. The spreading of the venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it is likely we have ourselves been struck. Break this cycle. Okay. That just like low-key that hurt my that hurt my feelings. But honestly, I think this card is really just a warning, a heads up of like, you know, maybe in the past you would feel uncomfortable, or a lot of things didn't work out for you in the past with relationships, so you might be very quick to just like be like, F you, F this, blah blah blah, move on, or like you were very guarded. Maybe even could also be like, you know, you've come a long way with this within yourself, and maybe even now it's starting to reflect in your external relationships. Could be that there's somebody in your relationships that is draining you that maybe you need to set boundaries with, or that you need to let go of. It could also be like maybe there's still some aspects of like your communication that needs to be, yeah, you see, like I'm even like crossing my arms, like I'm still like guarded, feeling like a little guarded, and I think it's like your heart is there, like the healing has been done. I just feel like maybe out of habit, maybe out of not knowing any differently, it's like sometimes, not always, I know, trust your gut, but sometimes like you have to give, if this is someone that you feel like deeply, like there's just something, as long as all the boxes are checked, I think, you know, like breaking the cycle of like emotional unavailability when you need to have a hard talk or conflict resolve or bring up certain things, or like maybe like toxic family patterns, like in communication, you know, like that might be something. Maybe you're afraid of judgment or afraid of being rejected. I feel like I need to pull another card. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what, actually, I'm gonna pull a charm and see what they give us. Leo. Leo is about, yeah, expressing yourself, expressing what's on your heart. Might be best if you do like a forgiveness meditation of like anything, because right now is the retrograde. So if you're watching now, this is timeless, but if you're watching when I post it, there's a lot of like people coming up. I don't know if you guys have noticed too, but a lot of people coming up from the past, thinking about a lot of the people from the past, not necessarily wanting to reopen those doors, but just like past situations coming up. I think it would really be helpful if you did a meditation on like forgiveness to all these people. Even people that you feel like maybe things ended on a good note. Like sometimes there's things in the reserves that are kind of going on in the background that even if we are like good with someone, maybe there's something they did to us that we never fully processed emotionally that needs to be released. So, but I think everything is going to be a-okay for you. Just pace yourself, trust yourself, take things at your own pace, but also let your guard down. It is safe to let your guard down, and you'll know. Maybe not like you're either going to know immediately, or it's going to take you some time to like realize. Either way, once you have that realization, it's going to hit you and you're not going to be able to ignore it. So I'm very excited for you, pile 2. Comment down below, drop me a like. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I don't know what I was going to say, but either way, thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the rose quartz, this is your pile on what your Saturn return is helping you transform. So without further ado, let's get into it. Also, I kept hearing that song, like, and I feel like I need to tell you guys, just trust me, you'll be fine. And then it's like, what is it? And when I'm back in Chicago, I don't know. If I find it, I hear it everywhere on Instagram. Maybe TikTok. But yeah, so all right, Spirit, what is pile 3? What is pile 3 Saturn return helping them transform? Tap me into pile number 3. I actually want to move this. I do apologize in advance. My tripod broke, so I have to get a new one. So we're gonna be doing it face to face today. Hope you don't mind. Okay, love you, bye. All right, one more. Oh, 2 more. Jeez. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got 2 more. Okay. So these by the way cards are Page of Swords and the Moon. But this was reversed. I'll leave it reversed. Back of the deck, we have 4 of Wands. Love that card. Always. And we have the World. We have 5 of Discs with Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. The Hanged Man reversed. 2 of Cups. 5 of Wands. Knight of Swords. Time can change me, but I can't change time. Interesting. Hang on. There's just like, I don't know, like, I want to almost say, like, one of the things you're transforming is just like releasing yourself from guilt. Releasing yourself from guilt. Releasing yourself from like almost like a oh my god, I'm like feeling like coughing. Like there's some throat chakra issues right now. Like I feel like there's a lot of things you're saying goodbye to right now. And like releasing guilt about, like, this almost feels like survivor's guilt in a sense, but it's like a little different. It's like you're saying, and then also, like, yes, saying goodbye to a beginner's mindset. I almost feel like you guys are probably my pile that you own businesses or you're like bosses. I just feel like you are not the same person that you were when you started these enterprises, these situations, but I do feel like you've come such a long way. Like, but I almost feel like I said, like, this guilt is something it's like, I don't know, it's almost like I feel like people are like jealous of you, and you have to just learn and internalize the concept of, like, honestly, I know this is so cliche, but like, people that really care about you are not going to hate on you. Like, even if they feel envious, like, they'll still be happy for you and not, like, make your life 10 times harder because of their jealousy and their lack of commitment to their goals, to their life, to their self-improvement. That has nothing to do with you, and you need to stop taking it on, because it's not your burden to bear, my friend. It is not. Because you have so many great things coming in. Like, I just think it's like you're like fully aligned with your purpose, and like just like even a partner's coming in. Like, there's a lot, like 4 of Wands. This is like divine counterpart energy. This is like twin flame energy. This is not to get like cringy, but like, and then 2 of Cups is in here. Like, and this is like, if this hasn't happened already, like, it's in the next 3 years. Like, it's very soon. Like you just keep doing what you're doing, but you have to, like, I think, like, branch out. Let go of, like, the people that you just know internally. Like, you can feel like, damn, like, this person really doesn't have the best interests for me. Like, these people really don't have my best interests at heart. That's what I'm trying to say. And, like, it's hard, but, like, think, like, the people and things that have been keeping you up at night that you know, like, ask yourself, would these people be worried about me if the roles were reversed? Whatever the situation is, would these people do the same for me if the roles were reversed? Would this person worry about me like this if the roles were reversed? Would this person care this much or feel guilty, you know, like, if the roles were reversed? Probably no. Probably no. But it's also, like, loving yourself enough to, like, be in your villain era, bro. Be in your villain era. And that doesn't have to mean that you're an a-hole to people. Like, I think part of the spiritual experience that, you know, after a certain point, it's not, you're gonna know, like, not everything's all love and light. And sometimes being spiritual means, like, having the wisdom and discernment to recognize when you should just let people do them and when you should speak up for yourself. And if that's what you have to do, then that's what you have to do. So F them. Fuck them. Yep. Because you know, you be knowing. I think you're a really good judge of character. I just think your heart wishes people were different. It's not your job to make other people better. It's not your job to do the other people's work for them. Yo, destiny. Life journey. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna meet a lot of soul tribe members very soon once you let go of these freaking imposters. We have Venus, beloved. I think also it's just like you need to really like testify to yourself how much you love yourself by letting these people go. That just, honestly, dude, like, this kind of reminds me of pile 1 in a sense. Mercury messages. The tear. Yeah. Damn, you might be going through Kundalini activations. Like purging a lot through the chakras. Because look, we have snakes. Is that a snake? No, we have snakes here twice. I'd say that's a big deal. And I'm like noticing it. So this could just also be like you're really going through the motions in order to bring like a really important partnership, like a divine, like I said, a divine counterpart, to bring that in, but also like, you know, the duality. So it's also like you say no to what's not right for you. That's like, it's like even in business, you know, I feel like you know this. Not every client is going to be aligned for you. Not every situation is going to be aligned for you. And that, like, you're allowed to feel bad. But like I said, like the guilt, like falling into the guilt when something isn't working out, that's what you need to like release. And I feel like, you know, obviously when that's like, we're on autopilot and that's kind of like where our mind goes, or where we kind of, what we kind of fall into. It's usually deep rooted in like childhood. Like maybe we weren't allowed to like be ourselves, or maybe we had like a narcissistic parent, or if you were in like narcissistic relationships, like maybe these people made you feel guilty and you internalized that. But that doesn't have to be the truth. That's not the truth. That's just people who were shitty people or wounded people that weren't dealing with it properly, and they put that shit on you. That ain't your fucking problem. You know what I mean? So anyway, we're gonna go and read the tier. Let's see. Where's the booklet? Okay. Also, just, I don't know, I just feel like you even know you can trust yourself. I feel like you know that. There's a lot of Cancerian energy here. As well, in certain ways. Like with the moon, we have the moon. In certain ways. The morning, the release, the rain. Tears are droplets of letting go. Once they begin to fall, we allow the swelling tide of emotion to run its elemental course. Often the tear is what is needed in order for a conversation or situation to break into the next level of intimacy and vulnerability. Some say that tears are so powerful in softening our egos that they open up a portal to the unseen world. That's facts. Through our watery eyes, the ancestors catch a glimpse of us, and we are reminded of their eternal embrace. We sense our humanity, our humility, and we allow ourselves to be held. It is likely this card appears when there is grieving yet to do, a sinking down into disappointment or despair that, once acknowledged, will bring a shimmer of clarity to our dewy eyes. Yeah. I think it's in your best interest to get used to, and I think you probably know this, like those chapters that inevitably end. Those people along our journey that we eventually go our separate ways. I think you're really evolving at a faster rate than most people if you picked this pile. Like I said, there's something for you guys, I think, in pile 1, 2. They feel very similar. The tear is powerful. You might even need to like sit in... everybody needs to meditate because it's coming through for everybody. But, and this is also just my recommendation, like, sit with it. Like, sit with it. Like, it's okay to feel how you feel. Don't feel guilty. I mean, I know that's like one of the things you're working through, but you're allowed to feel how you feel. But don't let it like delay you from the next step of like your journey and your purpose. The tear is powerful, and it is possible to be subsumed in its waters. Find a supportive place to open the floodgates. When light, melody, melancholy flowing through. When dark, drowning, drama, murkiness. Go deeper. Rain by Vachel Lindsay. If both the tear and the river appear in a reading, this indicates an excess of the water element in your life. As in the Ayurvedic tradition, balance it with fire and earth. So we didn't... do we have any rivers? No. Interesting. Well, we have that water, but... and then we have the 2 of Cups, but... like I said, there is some Cancerian energy here. So some of this guilt, like I said, could be because of the roots, the family, the mother side even. Could even be like internalized guilt that your mother passed on to you. Yeah. So some ancestral karma. But honestly, you're going, I mean, like I said, you're going through Kundalini. You're purging a lot right now. So just, I think, roll with the emotions. Let yourself feel into them. Let yourself process them. Let them out. Same thing, but really surrender to this, because all of these things are coming up to make space for new things. And you might even find the more, like, when you cry and you're in that full surrender, you're also in full receptivity. And right after you're done, some big or like really nice opportunity presents itself to you. Like each time. Something I've noticed lately in my manifestations. So pile 3, I love you like so much. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to comment down below, share your experience, drop me a like, and please, if you haven't done so, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Happy Saturn return. Bye. Hi, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. You picked the sphalerite, and this reading is about how will you be transforming, or how is your Saturn return helping you transform. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we have the Judgment. We have Spirit, how is Saturn return helping pile 4 transform. I actually feel like this needs to go like this, and this needs to go here. Okay, this. I actually feel like this needs to go here and this needs to go here. I don't know, guys. Spirit just be taking the reins. I just work for them. That's all. That is all. We have King of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Okay, we have Judgment, Ace of Wands, Four of Cups, Two of Wands. Okay. Two of Swords, King of Cups, Ten of Cups, Death, Knight of Discs, well, Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed is like by the way. Okay, so okay. First, there's a message, like, right now, I think there's, like, something that's been on your mind lately that's, like, honestly, Spirit's, like, is neither here nor there. Like, that's your answer. It's neither here nor there. Like, truthfully, this, whatever situation it is that, like, you've been focused on, it's just, like, it's neither here nor there. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, that's just not... You're losing sight. That's what this is about. You've been losing sight of what's important. I don't know if it's like you're just too wrapped up in like the physical of the day-to-day, or if it's like sometimes like you had a tendency to like forget your power or you get discouraged. Maybe that's it. But I feel like a lot of great things are opening up for you. Like, I think, yeah, it feels like a mindset. It feels like maybe a mindset that's, like, left over from a past cycle. There's things, like, the last few, like, shards that are being pulled out of this. Maybe creating a blockage or, like, you know... You, in the past, okay, well, this is interesting. You were like the sacrificial lamb. So like maybe you just felt like that was kind of like your duty and like you neglected your own needs. Because of everybody else. You answered everybody else's beck and call at the expense of yourself. They specifically wanted me to say at the expense of yourself. And I feel like once you recognize, and also gratitude, I'm not saying you're not grateful, but sometimes I think because you get too wrapped up in like the illusion of like the physical world, like you don't realize all that's brewing in the background. You don't realize like all the things that you left behind you that weren't serving you and all the work that you've truly done. Like this Two of Wands card, like really, like when I see this card to me, I'm like, yeah, this might be how far you have left to go, but look at how far you've already come. So I'm kind of like, snap out of it. Like, there's a lot, yeah, there's there's Two of Wands, Two of Swords. Kind of, it's about a choice. Like, you have to make the choice to be grateful, to see the glass half full, to, you know, like, be positive. I think that's what it is. Because, like I said, there's so many great emotionally fulfilling things, maybe even relationships, like, divine partnership, if that's what you want. Like, literally, like, what? And you're about to, like, a lot of things are going to shift, like, very soon, like, within these next 2-3 years, maybe even this year. Like, you're about to touch money you never had before. Like the amount of money that's like to you feels out of touch right now. To you feels like, well, I didn't have it then, so I don't know if I'll ever have it, or I don't know if it's possible. Like, that's one of the things about like the gratitude thing. Like, bruh, just focus on what you got. Focus on what's in front of you. Focus on what's working, because what's brewing in the background is like so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Like the King of Discs. Like this is like a windfall of money. Look, victory behind that. And then we have Six of Cups reversed behind that and Ten of Swords behind that. But it's all like, look at this specific Ten of Swords card. It's like Like, they're healing. In their wounds, like, flowers grew from their wounds. Or from the swords of their wounds. Like, or, like, the very same, like, edges that hurt them grew flowers. Like, something beautiful happened from all the things that didn't work out, from all the hardship that you faced, from everything that, like, you've ever had to do. And this, like I said, I just almost feel like a choice has to be made. And truthfully, like I said, like, you're focusing too much. There might even have to be, like, a leap of faith that you gotta make. And you're, like, focusing too much on the physical. And it's like, bro, just leap. Just do it. Like, I promise you. Like, Spirit's like, I promise you. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, and the whole whatever you're worried about, it's, like, neither here nor there. Like, it's just not relevant. Like, even if it feels relevant because, like, in the physical, it very well may be relevant. But, like, low-key, like, pretty soon it's not going to matter. Like, you don't have the whole picture yet. They don't love you like I love you. Okay. Okay. We have Gemini, I think. This can also be the Lover's card. Could also be you're just two in your head sometimes, bro. Like, there's a couple sword. No, there's only one sword card here, but I still feel like you be in your head too much. Katumi. I gotta look that card up because I always forget. He's an Ascended Master, but I don't remember. Pinnacle. Truthfully, I always have trouble with that card. I didn't do a lot of research on him. But still, this is like, if I'm looking at this from first glance, this is like Emperor energy, Aries energy, King of Pentacles energy. This is like, you're on your shit. Like, you might even be getting like an opportunity that you've been trying to manifest, like in work or in your business, or like a brand deal, like something like that. Even like visibility. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's about to pop off, bro. Could even be that your social media platforms like go viral or like pop off. Look, the castle. This is actually Trey cute. Pearls. I feel like pearls are relevant. We can look up the meaning of a pearl in a second. Kava Kava community. Yeah, like you're getting so many blessings back. So many blessings back. Like financially and like spiritually, emotionally, just in love. Like you're going to be surrounded by love. Like I don't feel like the second half of your journey or like the first 30 years of your life or 20 something years of your life is not going to look like the second 20 something or 30 years of your life. Like they're going to be very different. Like you might have been like really like having to grind it out and like this gives like, what is it? A Saturn in the 5th house energy. I'm pretty sure it's like you've always had to like work harder than everybody else, it feels like, and you're finally getting your like back. Shit, I wanted to look up pearls. Where's my computer? Hang on. Pearls hold deep spiritual significance as symbols of purity, wisdom, and inner transformation. Associated with feminine energy, the moon, and water, they are used to promote emotional calm, mental clarity, and spiritual grounding. Protection and good fortune, emotional balance, purity and divine connection, inner wisdom and growth, love and fidelity, new beginnings, purity, innocence. The different colors also matter. These are like pink and white and yellow. Let's see. Pink is romance, compassion. Gold is wealth, prosperity, success. Spirit literally gave us the whole gist of your reading in these little pearls, okay? They're like, we didn't come to play. So anyway, we're gonna look up the Katumi card. I could look him up, like, and just do Google research, but sorry guys, you're gonna have to do that, because I've looked this man up, like, several times, but probably didn't do enough of a deep dive, or maybe I just don't resonate with this master. I don't know. Katumi is an ascended master of the highest level, an amazing, powerful being who can be an incredible force of transformation and good in your life. In the many years that Katumi has honored me through my work, he has often appeared at a time when great clarity is needed. Yes, you see, I told you it feels like a decision is like trying to be made right now. We're also at Judgment. We have the Two of Swords. Like I said, it's like neither here nor there. In my experience, Katumi has never been one to mince words. He is a master of straight talking and going to the core of the issue. If you have drawn this card, Katumi is declaring to you that there is an area of your life that needs clear thinking and action now, okay? We all have areas in our life we procrastinate about, hoping if we ignore the problem, it will simply go away. Yet our unwillingness to face the situation will often bring on the very crisis we fear. Katumi says you must think it through objectively and honestly, then take the bull by the horns and take action with courage. Katumi is the master of letting you know that your life circumstances are your own responsibility and that the cavalry is not coming over the hill to save you, that he, your angels, and your spirit guides can only truly help you when you commit to helping yourself. He is also a master of compassion and would like you to note that taking action can also include asking for help. Ask Katumi, and people will be receptive, even though you may not think that. Ask Katumi to help you to have the necessary clarity, compassion, and courage to tackle that which you have been dreading or putting off. If your finances are in a mess, a relationship is in trouble, or your health needs a major overhaul, then Katumi will help you with these things and more. Ask him to come and he will be there in that moment, steadfast and supportive by your side, helping you to do whatever it is you probably have known you should do for quite some time. So there you have it. And then the castle, we're going to read that. Yeah. The castle. The palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of maybe this is about moving. Or maybe this is about letting go of a relationship that you know isn't working. That was what I was channeling when I was reading through the Katumi thing. I was like, I feel like somebody needs to let go of like a relationship and they know that. And you might have to move because of that too. But you're going to be fine. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments. Yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, quite possibly a literal home, or position that project the image of achievement while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel toward, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadent deception for too long. When light, visiting your throne of power. When dark, stuckness, depression, spells, walls. Go deeper. Rachel Whiteread's House. Peter Bruegel's The Tower of Babel. If this card appears with the king, the queen, or the maiden, know that you've entered into long-standing family dynamics that include property and power. No, we didn't get those because I only pulled one. Notice how castles are designed to keep things out. They defend, they separate. It is likely there is connection and community beyond its walls that will revitalize you. Community! Do you see that? And then the card literally next to this, it's about community. And bro, there's a castle. There's a castle here. There's a castle here. Bro. And there's literally, off in the distance, there's a castle in this one too. So yeah, like, maybe that's one of the things too. It's like, one of the things that you're kind of transmuting is like, look, he's in the forest underneath here. One of the things you're transmuting is like isolation. It's like maybe believing that like you have to do everything yourself. Damn. Or yeah, like, wow. Wow. And even Pinnacle, this is like the end of a cycle. Change. Yeah. This is awesome. Like, even through like, maybe there are some decisions you've been putting off. Through making these decisions, like, you might meet people on your path. Excuse me. You'll probably meet people on your path that like are gonna help you. Or, like, you're going to meet people through these, like, changes that you wouldn't have met otherwise. Or you couldn't have met before this moment. Because this was all kind of pushing you to a certain point to get on this path. To meet these people. To have these experiences. To accept in all this abundance. So, okay. I love you. And I hope this helped. Don't forget to like, comment down below, and share your experience. And don't forget to subscribe. But Pile 4, thank you for coming. Thank you for the support. And happy Saturn return. Love you. Bye.